If your kid came to you and said, "Hey mom, today I'm going to eat a whole bag of Oreos," what would you say? You'd probably say, "Heck no." Or maybe something more graphic. I don't judge, but this is a family friendly video. But here's the thing. Right now, we are all locked down and cooped up in the house because of the coronavirus. So maybe right now, you'd cut them a little more slack and maybe let them have a few extra Oreos. I mean, I think everybody can use a little comfort food right now. I know I'm certainly craving it. Now, if you think about it, tech is exactly like that bag of Oreos. Under normal circumstances, they absolutely can't eat the whole bag. There need to be some limits on their screen time. And I'm usually the first one to sound off about this. In fact, I wrote a whole book on the topic. But these are not normal circumstances, so we just have to be a bit more flexible in how we're thinking about this. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this, but right now my son is literally climbing the walls. He's bored. He wants to go hang out with his friends, and he just can't. And sure, we're reading and doing some schoolwork with him, but I'm not a teacher. And my wife and I both have stuff we have to get done, and I can only play ball and ride bikes around for so many hours of the day. So for better or for worse, screen time right now just becomes the easy fallback option. And our kids are probably going to spend a bit more time there than usual. But here's the thing. It's really okay. I don't love it either, but they're not going to be irreparably damaged from watching a bit of extra screen time over these next few months. We're all going to get through this. There is one rule, however, that if you can do nothing else, I really want to encourage you to stick with during this pandemic, and that's to make sure that devices go to bed at night too. Yes, of course, do your best to build a routine for them and stick with it throughout the day. But the most important part of that routine is making sure that everybody actually goes to bed. You know, chatting on social media or playing Xbox or watching YouTube or watching other people play Xbox on YouTube till 3 o'clock in the morning. It's just not conducive to keeping everybody mentally and physically in the right place right now. Getting at least a decent amount of sleep is very important during this time, and for kids and adolescents in general. So set a reasonable time at night when all the devices get shut down and stick to it. And ideally, you want to store their devices outside their bedroom. They might protest, but from my experience, just having a device within arm's reach is just too much of a temptation for most kids. And if they complain that they need their phone as an alarm clock in the morning, well, actually they don't right now. But when things get back to normal, a basic alarm clock will run you about $10. It worked okay when you and I were kids. So no, it's not ideal that we're all spending more time in front of the screen, but these are unusual times. The main thing we have to focus on right now is just getting everybody through this thing in one piece, mentally and physically. And frankly, everything on top of that is gravy. So do your best and don't oversweat the small stuff. And enjoy a few Oreos. I sure am.